Alright guys, it's Charlie Tango 1994 back with another YouTube video.
Hi guys, so the next one in the series is the Hobo stove, and this is a bit more of a kind of DIY product. Carry a few other things in here as well, so just some cleaning pads. This is my, I'll talk about this in another video, but this is my special tin for making char cloth. I'll do that if I ever do a fire video one day. I might do an example of how to use that. And as I say, this is my little hobo stove that I've put together from things, you know, that you find around the house, or you can obtain cheaply for yourself, that aren't specifically designed for you know, using as a bushcraft stove. I also invested in a decent bag for this, so this is just a black water bottle bag. One thing you'll hear me talk about is that I don't tend to buy sort of camo clothing or camo equipment really, and I tend to try and find black stuff because I've got a bit of a concern about kind of walking around in Rambo style gear and all that sort of stuff. I suppose in certain parts of the country is to be expected really, where there's a lot of kind of wilderness or open country. But where I live, if you walk down the street in a set of fatigues or whatever, people would probably look at you a bit strange.
If you're new to this channel and would like to see more CB related videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button below and watch out for new videos uploaded every Wednesday. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to hit the like button or leave me a note in the comments section. Also, if you're new to CB Radio, watch this video through to the end to find out more about the free gift I offer to all of my subscribers.
Anyway, let's talk about this little stove. So, a few bits and pieces, and as you can see, it's very homemade, and the basis to it is this little container, this little burner. Obviously you can tell probably that it's designed to work like a firebox, so you would take small pieces of wood and just create a very small fire inside this container, and there's various bits and pieces that go with it that help it to be used as a part of a brew kit, and or to cook up a meal, and you know, the other benefits of kind of building a fire, warmth, light, those elements to it. I guess the benefit of doing something like this is that you're not building an open fire, you don't have to build a pit, you know, there's less risk of you kind of damaging the surrounding ground, all of that sort of stuff. I would tend to use the hobo stove if it was a little bit colder, and I would use it where normally, you know, people would be dead against you building open fires. A contained fire, I think people have less of an issue with, a bit more like a barbecue, so this is useful for that. The other kind of benefits to it are that it's a bit of a multi-fuel stove, so not only will it work with wood, and obviously that's a, you know, that's a resource that's readily available, so there's no risk of running out of fuel. You can also use it with a, you know, either a kind of trangia burner or a meths burner like the one I showed you in a previous video. So the other bits that I've added to it, and there's some other bits in here as well, I've just got some fire lighting sort of tinder, various bits of birch bark, there's some Vaseline balls in there, bits and pieces. So as part of the pack, I've stored away something to help us get a fire started with it. Now the other two parts to it really are just cans that I've cleaned up. I can't even remember what that was, probably dog food. Just a very basic, you know, DIY vessel. I've never really used it for drinking coffee out of or anything else. And likewise a little kind of pot that was made from a bigger can, as you can tell, and then I've just worked a bit of wire into it, and then bent over the edges so you don't hurt yourself. So as I say, you obviously would use this with wood, getting access to the fire through the front or through the top before you put anything on it. It takes a little while to build it up. You wouldn't put it on like a massive roaring flame, or you wouldn't put these on the containers while it's burning really hot. Wait until it kind of dies down a bit and you've built up a decent bed of hot embers, and then it's ready to use. So the way that works is that you carry these pegs with you as well. Just slide them through, and that creates a platform then to put something on top of. So with the fire burning below, you could take either, to be honest, but that if you're just boiling some water, and the larger one if, I don't know, you had something else that you wanted to cook basically, or something that you wanted to hang maybe. So as I said, it's a multi-fuel stove, so you could set it up to work with wood, but also as I said, it would work just as easily with a mess burner or a Changier stove, something like that, the little brass ones. So you'd fill that with meths, as I've said in previous videos, put a light to that, and then you can cook on top of that. So that's another option for it. Actually, you'd have to do it slightly differently to that, but put the stove in the bottom and then drop these down a bit lower. The other thing to say about this set is where it might be useful, because obviously these are fairly cheap and disposable containers. If I was ever in a situation where I wanted to collect water from a stream, I'd probably use something like these, because I'm not too worried about them becoming, you would say, contaminated. Once you start collecting untreated water, the vessel, the container that you use, shouldn't be used for anything else. What you would do is collect water from a stream or something that's got moderately fast running water, scoop out the water that you want, and then I would probably put in a water purification tablet from my survival tin, and then boil it up, and only after I've boiled it up would I consider it safe to use. But then, as I say, once this container has been used to collect that water, it can only be used to do more of the same. I wouldn't, I'd use the clean water, put that into another container, and then that's safe to drink. So a very basic kit. It didn't cost a lot to put together. This actually, I think, originally came from Asda. It was like a cutlery tidy for your draining board when you're doing your washing up. So it only cost a few quid to put together, to be honest. And yes, I've used it mainly just as a contained fire, as I say, because it doesn't really mark the ground too much, or create a massive bed of ashes or anything like that. So very useful tool. Alright guys, this is one of a series of different videos that I'm doing about the camping equipment that I've got and what I plan to use this summer. So I'll be back to you with another video very soon.
Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and as a thank you to you, particularly if you're new to CB Radio or returning to it after many years, I've put together a free information series called The Beginner's Guide to CB Radio, which I'm sharing with all of my subscribers. To find out more, click the link in the top right corner now.